Om Sri Sai Ram, offering my most loving pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan. Over the past many weeks, we have been seeing various strategies to make the class interesting. What happens when there is a lot of disruption in the class? There is conflict in the class. How are the teachers able to handle conflict management? Disruptions can occur due to various reasons. Disinterested students can often disrupt classes, and there is a lot of yelling and shouting, and the situation becomes so unmanageable. There is a conflict-like situation erupting in the classroom. Many teachers find this very challenging. Even one unruly student can cause a lot of disruption in the class, and this can lead to a lot of challenge for the teachers. So, how do teachers overcome such situations in the classroom? The first thing is never to lose your cool. Science says that there is that part of our brain which is called the reptilian brain. Now, the reptilian brain is the primordial brain, that is before evolution, where whenever there is a fearful situation or a conflict-like situation, the strategies that the brain would adopt would be either fight, flight, or freeze. All these are not going to be helpful in a classroom. It is like this. Have you seen the first ancient or the the primary models of our mobiles? You had the small Nokia sets that used to come. This is the very simple set. And over that, different versions kept coming up. And then we have the smartphones, we have the Android phones. So many features have been adding up over the years. Our brain is also like that. On this reptilian brain, many evolutions have taken place, and we have now reached a certain amount of refinement in our brain. But when there is a conflict-like situation, it is the reptilian brain which actually kicks off. The thinking brain shuts off. When the thinking brain shuts down, what happens, especially in a classroom situation? The students are disruptive. The teachers shout. There's a lot of yelling and shouting that's going on in the class. There is punishment and detention. The atmosphere is so vitiated that whatever you say is not going to find any effect, or children are not going to come back to their receptive brain, which means the situation is no longer conducive to anything that is being taught getting into the brain. So as teachers, it's very important that we don't let the situation become so ugly and reach that point of conflict. How do we overcome such situations? I have personally seen teachers who have come and said, oh, it is such it's a tragedy for me to go to this classroom. I dread going to this particular classroom because there is the student A or B who is always disruptive in the class. And because of those few students, one or two or a group of students, the entire classroom gets hijacked. Now, this is a situation that as teachers, most of you are bound to face at some point or the other in your careers. The best thing would be, even before you start the academic year, you talk to the students. You tell them, these are the ground rules. If you have a question, you can raise your hand and you can speak when it is your turn. Welcome their viewpoint. Don't say just because you are a teacher, whatever you say is right. Especially in today's world, it doesn't hold any water because children also come up with a lot of valid points. So give them that agency. Let them know that you are co-creators in the classroom. You are not the one who is talking down to the students, but students also have agency to feel responsible for what is happening in the classroom. These are practices. This is what we mean by a campus culture, a classroom culture. It may be difficult for you if you have not already been doing it to start doing it initially. It may take some time. But believe me, once you set the process in place, then students know that you have given them that responsibility, that you trust them, and you can proceed with your lessons very, very smoothly and calmly. So even before the classes begin, ask them. It is like a charter. Tell them if somebody is disrupting the class, what is it that you as a teacher should do? Ask them for ideas. They will come to you with suggestions. Put that in the charter. And every time a child behaves badly after some weeks or some months, remind them about the charter calmly. Tell them that, see, in the beginning of the session, I had asked you and you all agreed to cooperate with me in the class, but now you are disrupting. So what is it that we have agreed upon? Either you can send the child to a quiet corner. All this has to be there in the charter even in the initial stage of your class. So once the children know that you mean business, but at the same time you have taken them into confidence, there is an atmosphere of trust in the classroom. You are co-creators and children will also be able to help you, or they will be attentive in the classroom. Also, let us always remember, when will there be disruptions in the class? When children are bored. A child who is bored is a disaster in the class because he is sure to fidget. He is sure to turn this side and that side and disrupt the class. So remember the different types of learners that we need to cater to. So make your classes interesting so that you are catering to different kinds of students. So that you are bringing in different kinds of strategies. Keep changing your strategies. Keep involving them in the class. Do not make it just as a lecture session, or do not make it like you are going to complete the portion. You are there only to complete the portion. This way, there will be no meaningful learning that is happening. Therefore, dear teachers, whenever there is a conflict situation that arises, remember your greatest weapon is being cool, keeping your calm, and reverting to the charter that you have already done in the class. So here's wishing you all a conflict-free session in the classes ahead. Thank you. Sai Ram.